The Curse Weaver, Mal-Isa Shadowbiter, and Mal-Isa's once sister, the now undead champion of darkness, Asha the Revenant, surround the free city of Solaria. Soon, its freedom and its existence will be ended. The kin will feast. Nothing will remain, for they have defied us. To the southwest, Kragmar has fallen under the attention of Molak Shadowbiter. He leads an army now to surround the city, pillaging the surrounding countryside. Soon, the Unbeheld will have their first taste of dwarven flesh and blood. And the Spinner will remember what dwarven souls taste like. Welcome, everybody. It is the Ash Heriter, and today we're going to continue on with the Unbeheld's conquest of the surface world. Today, perhaps, we will destroy dwarven kind. Stoneforge here is their capital, their throne city. If we destroy that, it's all over. That will leave only one adversary that we must end. That will, of course, be Leofric Shale from his capital here in Bullerton. That is a very strong capital, a great city. But it will fall nevertheless, in due course. Well, we have acquired our haste berries, which means we have all three of the magic materials. We have Cosmoflux Elixir, Rings of Binding, and Imperial Essence. Imperial Essence grants us plus 10 Imperium income, putting our Imperium income at 46, which is alright. Cosmoflux Elixir grants provinces with mana province improvements in provinces with mana resource nodes grant plus 10 knowledge and mana. That is excellent. And then Rings of Binding grant all of our heroes plus 1 defense, resistance, and plus 10% bonus damage. All of these are excellent. Now, we are looking quite strong, and we will soon be destroying these folk rather brutally. Is there a particular place that we might want to, say, destroy in their territory? Not really. We've more or less... Actually, hold on. What is their Bazaar of Wonders? That grants a lot of gold. Let's actually destroy their Bazaar of Wonders. So, in order to do that, why don't we use... Could use the forest one. Where is that? Destructive Regrowth? Sounds good. Wonderful. So, that improvement is now gone. That's going to reduce their gold income by a bit. It's something, you know, it's not necessarily all that good, but it's going to be good enough. And what we might also want to try here is quickly bringing in a few more units. Our income is looking quite strong, so... However, our army here... I don't know if I actually want to summon a greater animal, because it's not going to be a spider. And that is disappointing. Well, we could summon a living fog. It only costs 40 mana? Really? Alright, well, I mean, if it's that cheap, then let's summon another living fog. Let's just drop it right there. You know, these demons of shadow and insanity. What is their upkeep, though? Their upkeep is 30 and 3 Imperium. Okay, so, they're cheap to summon, expensive to, maintain, which is sensible. Alright. Well, I think it is mostly time for us to, finish here. They're not going to attack us yet. How many turns are left in this siege? 1 here. Then in the next turn, we shall assault them. Neighboring rulers are negotiating. Okay. Torbeld Dragonkiller has started negotiating with Poxpit. Good to know indeed. Torbeld Dragonkiller won't last long enough to acquire anything from Poxpit. In the meantime, let's actually boost our allegiance with them, though, just to speed things up so that we can get to vassalage, which would be excellent. And Hornward... There's not much we can do with Hornward, so we're going to ignore that. Alright, let's end our turn. And so we begin the siege of Kragmar. In earnest. It'll take 18 turns. This is an incredibly well-defended city. They've got stone walls, catapult towers, caltrops, archer battlements, a beacon of valor, and the fortified crucible. Alright, this is going to be a difficult city to break, but we have the tools for the trade. We will begin with a wizard's bombardment. We need to slow this, or speed this up, so that'll reduce that to 8 turns, which is decidedly better. We can also do a tremor ritual, which will destroy more things, which will bring it to 6 turns. And then subjugating raid to further reduce their morale. All enemy units will have minus 10 morale, though I would like to be able to damage more of their resources, and perhaps constructing onagers isn't a terrible idea, because we can use our magic to damage their morale. Or, well, there already is going to be no towers, thanks to certain elements present. Undermine or construct onagers. I think I'm going to construct onagers. Alright, it's going to take 6 turns. That's not actually going to matter, is it? In which case, I will do a subjugating raid. It's going to take 6 turns to conduct this siege. That is going to give them plenty of time to rally their forces against us, which could be a big problem. Arcane Maelstrom has been completed, so that is, of course, what we could have just used there, but I didn't. Let's get Cascading Power. Whenever you cast a spell in tactical combat, add a stack of Cascading Power to that combat. At the end of each of your turns, a random enemy takes 5 lightning damage for each active stack. Interesting. So it is the arcane corpuscence static charge in the air as the spinner in darkness's manifold gaze sets upon the battlefield. You know, interested by the slaughter taking fold. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this, especially since the other ones aren't really all that important to us. So here in the Sacral Infestation, we are done with our whatever we just made. So let's construct, we could construct an Arcane Institute, but that honestly doesn't appear very good. We could get the Merchant's Guild for more gold, or Monolith for more mana. You know, let's just get a Monolith, or perhaps we should get Stone Walls. I think I'm going to get Stone Walls. Stone Walls is always good. And do we have any other cities that are in need of any sort of construction? We have a new army recruiting there. Our Overlord's Tower is done in 1 turn, so let's immediately set this up. Let's get a Stone Walls, actually. And I'm just going to hurry this along so that we can immediately get started on the Stone Walls. Because, yeah, we need to be able to defend this city. That would be great. It has already constructed, yeah, everything we need there. Okay, and Spinner's Embrace, 4 more turns for the Overlord's Tower. From there we could construct a Black Palace. That could be good. We could put down a Beacon of Unity. I do want to put down more Beacons of Unity, but I don't know if I want to put that there. We're putting one in the Spinner's Feast. We have Arachna's Veil here. Arachna's Veil should be pretty easy to defend. So I could put a Beacon of Unity in Arachna's Veil somewhere. The question is where. I think I'm going to actually just drop it literally right there, where I just put that. We're going to drop the Beacon of Unity right here. And this wolf is going to be turned into wolf bacon for our troops. Okay, so the Beacon of Unity will take 8 turns to complete after the Mage's Guild is done. And here in the City of Funneled Webs, I believe we can also do the same here, because this territory, first off, let's get this gold mine. We got 2 foresters here. I'm not really using anything to stack onto the foresters, so I'm going to build my next Beacon of Unity right here. And I'm going to drop it right there. Wonderful. So that's going to be all of them. That's going to be 3 Beacons of Unity once they're all completed. And then we can defend ourselves against the enemy and have a victory. It's going to take a couple of turns, so hopefully in that time we will be able to destroy both the Dwarf and Leofric Shale. We shall see. Perhaps we'll spare Leofric Shale. He can serve us once we have displayed our unity to the world. He will become a slave to me. You know what? I kind of like that idea. But Torbeld must die. Or at least must be sent away. Let's see here. Is there anything that we want? We could get that, but I'm not terribly interested in this. This one here. Gain 200 mana and 200 knowledge upon completing the conquest of a city. That sounds good. I mean, we do a lot of city conquests, so we're about to do another one. What's the status of Solaria here? 1 turn until a breach? Well, let's let's get on that. Meanwhile, we have our forces here doing a full surround. Down in the deeps below, we need to do some more exploration. We have ourselves an outpost here. We've defeated the enemies that were here on the Slag Smelter's Forge. So, I will actually... So we could head over this way. Hold on. Why do you not want to teleport? Because this is using the old teleportation system? I don't know. Where is the teleporter? It doesn't have one anymore, for some reason. Okay, because of the way how the teleporter's changed. That's a bit of a problem. Alright, then we're gonna head to the surface, because we're gonna be able to access the teleporter to there. So this place, basically, because teleporters now build on tiles, which does mean they build instantly when you have an outpost, and you can construct something there. The only problem is, like... if you build an outpost next to a wonder, you can't put a teleporter onto it anymore. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, it does have its advantage, I suppose. Okay. How are we looking here? We have ourselves... Can I click on the units? Tyrant Knight is going to join up with that army. We have 3 more units ready to recruit that are going to be joining her. I could reduce this by 1. Let's actually do that. We're going to take one of those Tyrant Knights out, and I'm just going to give her the Vampire Spider. And then that should be fine. Alright. You guys are doing your surround here. Fantastic. And, well, we just got a little spider there. You're going to join up with the rest of them over right there. Just do a forced march. Get there, and everything will be just fine. You also... There we go. Alright. Well, I think it's time we end our turn, unless there's something else we might want to do here. Let's actually just queue up a Sink the Land, just so that we have it. And in case we need to, let's queue up a Prelude of Doom as well. Because it's quite cheap. We still have a lot of magic left that we could use to queue up more things. Ah, it doesn't work that way, huh? Interesting. Alright, well, let's end our turn. The Spinner's Feast expands. And so we shall... establish this hut down here. I'm going to immediately queue up a thing here. Perhaps a Doom Depth Trench instead of a hut. Sounds pretty good. Let's just replace it right here. Now I can't see. It was this one. Okay, so this bird is... This Thunderbird is going to be turned into Thunderbird bacon for our troops. And our forces here are going to head straight to the surface. So, oh, hi, hello. You're right here, huh? Are you? What you doing? We could attack them, but let's not. Let's head to a teleporter here, which we should have right there. And we could have our dragon move, or our bone dragon here, move in support. Along with, well, we have a decent army here, actually. Could potentially have 3 armies available. Especially if I recruit some more troops here. So let's actually recruit an Overlord Scion at this territory. Negotiations have succeeded somewhere. Nice. We have reached bonded vassalage. So they're now sharing some of their income with us, which is very good. And, yeah. Great. Hawk's Pit has seen the light. Or more like they've seen the darkness. Now they know what is best for them. As for this battle here, I don't think we need to use any of our preemptive spell bombardments, nor do I particularly feel like fighting it. Because this is just going to be an absolute curb stomp. And we don't need to waste our time on a battle that auto-resolve is going to be giving us. Unless auto-resolve decides, like, nah. You're going to suffer atrocious casualties, and Asha Shadowbiter is going to die. No, we're good. Okay, so, victory there. Solaria is ours. We could take Solaria, but it is... fairly close to some of our other territories. I don't know if I want it. Although, it's not in a bad position, to be fair. It's just not in a great position. Though there is the Crawler's Nest here. And there's the Blighted Tree, both within reach. You know what? We're gonna take Solaria. This will kill 5 of the city's population. They're not being killed, okay? They're just being converted into biomass. That is then being used to bolster the forces that we have and our own population. So it's not really death. It's just a transition of form. You gotta look at things the positive light, right? Yeah, let's do that. And we'll make sure that the rest of their people don't ask too many questions about what happened to all of those individuals. Now, so there's a wonder here. There's actually 2 wonders here, and I kind of want to take them. We got this Crawler's Nest right here. We're gonna send the Shadowbiter to go and deal with that. Although perhaps it's better if we send somebody else, like the Shadowbiter or the Revenant, Asha the Revenant. Does she need that? There is another wonder though. There's also the Blighted Tree here, so I'm gonna send the Curse Weaver to go deal with the Blighted Tree, and we will send the Revenant to go and deal with the Crawler's Nest. Indeed, she is just leading an army of brutes and also hunting spider matriarchs. That's kind of her style. Like, many of the fine details of leadership were lost when she transitioned into her new form. My ruler has leveled up. Excellent. So, what shall we get for her? Minor Summoner. We don't need, like, more active abilities. I would like to just bolster some of the things that she has. So, we could get, like, what does Arcane Surge do? Whenever a spell is cast, gain 1 strength and 1 bolstered defense and 1 bolstered resistance. Would be good, but she's not really, like, in the thick of it. Could give her some extra resistance, perhaps. Or channel power. Arcane Strength. No, or I take one of these. I'm just going to give her Vigor. You know, we don't want her to die, so it's kind of boring, but it isn't bad. Alright, new Empire Development skill available. What do we have available to us at the moment? Here, look at that. Mines grant plus 10 mana. Yeah, let's take that. We also need to get ourselves another city, which is going to cost 1,400 Imperium. But I want this because that's a lot of mana. Was that necessary? I don't know. Probably not. But you know what it does allow us to do? It's going to allow us to do Astral Attunement. It's going to take a few turns. But let's get on it. All of our mana gone. But we'll get a ton of mana back from that. So we have collected the remains of Alistair Starsinger. Well, Alistair Starsinger, what do you have? You know, you've got some good gear. I'll give you that. I'll give you that, and what you're gonna get in return for that is death. Sucks to be you, Val. Alright, we've got a couple of other Star Singers here. We've got Mayrel Starsinger, or Marielle Starsinger, I don't know. Do you have anything good? Ooh, the Ricochet crossbow is kind of nice. Ooh, the Juggernaut Greaves are also kind of nice. And another Obscuring Mantle? Wait, I don't actually know what the Obscuring Mantle is. You know what? You got good stuff. You are going to be eaten as well, for the good of the realm. And let's see here. Helios Starsinger. I don't know. I feel like we already killed you. Yeah, we did. High Shield Boring. Mariana Starsinger, did we get you already? I think we got you already. None of these are particularly important to us. So you're going to be used as a spider hatchery. I'm not sure what's worse. To be eaten by spiders or to be used as a spider hatchery. Probably to be used as a spider hatchery. That sounds pretty awful. I've seen the mist. I've seen what happens to the people that are used as spider hatcheries. It is unfortunate. Let's see here. What are you gonna do? What can you do? We could go and kill these things here. There's a free city down here. Interesting. Honestly, I don't care. Let's just go through here, and I want to actually excavate this, because I want to get to a stad. And if we can get to a stad, because there's this thing. The Reaper's Hollow. I think I already have the Reaper's Hollow, because this adds corrupted souls to the Rally of the Lieges, which we already have. So I don't know if I necessarily need this. We'll see what he's going to do later. I might actually send him to the surface, because we're going to need to defend our terrain pretty soon. There is this underground passage here, so maybe I just need to build a... I think I was actually just going to be building an outpost here. Yeah, let's just get started on that then. Skylian Starsinger. Ah, you've been captured. You're a prisoner, huh? What do you have? Ooh, Smoldering Axe. That's a one-handed axe. And it actually looks kind of cool. A little bit oversized for a one-hander, but I like the whole one blade, one spike thing rather than two blades, because a double-bladed axe, it's not useless, it's still an axe, but that's a lot of extra weight that doesn't contribute anything, because you're only going to be hitting somebody with one side of it, and it's not very hard to flip an axe around. You're far better off with a spike on the back to give you some versatility when dealing with, say, I don't know, like armored opponents or something. Not that the spike's going to pierce most plate armor, but it will pierce mail. And it will certainly hurt somebody in plate armor. Might dent it a little. Yeah, a little bit of weapon theory there. I love medieval weapons a lot, and because I'm building a tabletop RPG that is fairly that emphasizes quite a bit on like realism when it comes to the weapons and everything. Yeah, right, good. So indeed, killing them does take their equipment. So doing any sort of interaction with them in your prisons or your crypts steals their equipment. So thank you to the comment that pointed that out. That is cool. I like that. But anyways, yeah, medieval weapons. There's a ton to be learned about them and about medieval combat. I also use it for the novel that I'm writing, because there's a fair bit of fighting with edged weapons that happens. Alright, I think we can end our turn. Well, seems like we have our little outpost here already. Let us immediately construct palisade walls. And I tell you what, I am going to have to clear these guys out, because we need that thing. There's an eagle rider. We have an awakener. I'm going to actually fight this. This looks kind of fun. Battles in this game are quite fun. So, and this is a new hero. So, we're going to see what he's capable of. Alright. So, well, it's not that new. It's Olmok the Distant. Olmok the Distant is going to advance up to here. He's not the toughest hero out there, so we do need to be kind of careful with him. Let's bring up our Ice Spider Matriarch and our Vampire... No, Vampire Spider Matriarch's going to summon up some the Vampire Spider Hatchlings. And we've got some other Spider Hatchlings and some other Spider Hatchlings. And of course, the Hunting Spider Matriarch's going to go on a deep, jumpy flank. He's gonna jump on him. Gonna really suck for them, because, you know, they're gonna have a giant spider jumping on them, which is never very fun, as it turns out. Alright, let's cause some despair. God, I love despair. Alright. Let's see what they're doing. Yeah, they're attempting to buff up their eagle rider. They think it will save them. They're woefully mistaken. They are all awakening, though, so this will awaken whatever magical potential is within these dissidents. You missed. Alright, now it's time for pain. So we're going to start off with a Psychic Gaze here, which is going to stun the Eagle Rider. Perfect, let's get a Psychic Gaze there, see if we can't stun them. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Because we're going to drop a Baneful Curse on these two, so that's going to remove their bolstered defenses and give them a sundered defense, which is then going to allow our Spiderlings to do their thing. Hold on. What are you gonna do, actually? I could basically Demon Step you? No, hold on, that's not Demon Step. What if I move you right here? That's a pretty good call, I think, because that's going to deal a lot of damage. That's also going to deal a solid amount of damage, but then you'll be fighting on your own. Whereas here... Actually, I have an idea. This unit's basically sacrificial, so it's going to go here. And that'll trigger the counterattack. I know I could have stopped it from counterattacking with a charge, but I wanted to get a little bit more distance, because that'll deal even more damage. Nice. Now it's stunned as well. So our little spider here is going to spit some webs, which is going to kill that unit. Now they're dead. And vampire spider hatchlings are going to attack the chicken, whatever it is. And my spider matriarch is going to freeze that unit, so they're not going anywhere. That's cool. And you're going to nibble on the chicken as well. Spiders love chicken, as it turns out. Uh-oh. So they dropped some sundered defenses on us as well. And I believe he just removed the stun. Okay. Clever girl. It won't amount to much, though. Okay, I think he's trying to do a relocation. I don't know what he's trying to do, actually. Yeah, he is. He's trying to flee. Okay. And got a rally. Okay, so the rally is going to counterbalance our immobilization here. All right, well, unfortunately, we lost those dread spider hatchlings. They will rest in pieces. And that unit there died of old age. Tragic how that keeps happening. All right, well, you know, I think it's time for a little bit more despair. Because they did just rally, and we can't have that. So, let's see here. What can we do? It's... things have got to die. And there's ways that we can go about this. So first off, Giant Spider is going to jump in here and attack them from behind. Now they're immobilized. Sucks to be them. And our Watcher is going to come right up here so that they have just an amazing field of fire, and they're going to deal a ton of damage to them, which is then going to result in Olmok the Distant assassinating them with the assassinate ability. Good. They've been assassinated. How many more times can I say this? And then Olmok the Distant is going to use Demon Step to hit 3 enemy units right here. This may be risky. And then completely clobber this enemy unit so that they're all dead, because that was a flanking attack with the big fuck-off mace. Oh, they're not all dead. Look at that. They're still alive. Ah, because they have Steadfast. I do not like that ability. I do not like it at all. You also have Steadfast. Fucking hell, everything has Steadfast, so we can't actually kill anything this round. Well, balls. Right, that unit's flanked, so that's fine. Do I want to send in you? Ah, shit, we can't really. Okay. Hunting Spider Matriarch's just going to go there, get an attack in. It's not going to do anything because they're steadfast, but the point is, they're not threatened. So if they try and move next turn, they're just going to die. And our Watcher here, not much to be done unless we move. Except you can't move because you're immobilized. Well, that doesn't give us all that many options, so I guess we'll just do some random damage. And we're going to threaten that one, so yeah, that's going to end our turn. We should be okay. Should be fine. These casters are a little bit annoying, but, ow. These are some hard-hitting chickens. Oh my god. Rip those poor spiders. What did they ever do to you? Alright. Calm down. And you're dead. And that one died of old age. Cool. So, let's see here. Olmok, what are you gonna do? You can charge in, dish out a ton of damage to these jerks. Why don't you do that? Okay, that was good damage. And our Watcher here can drop Psychic Gaze on the chicken. And our Watcher here is going to drop another Psychic Gaze on the chicken. Now it's stunned. Which means our Vampire Spider Matriarch is going to attack right here, dishing out a decent amount of damage. Or sorry, that was our Ice Spider Matriarch. And then our Vampire Spider Matriarch is going to mess those guys up. And our Vampire Spider Hatchlings are going to mess these guys up. There's only one of them left. Unfortunately, they're going to live. I lied. They're not. They're dead. That only leaves the stunned chicken here, which is going to die next turn, because it can't do anything this turn. And Olmok the Distant, he's had enough of this. And now it's gone. It's still alive. It's steadfast, isn't it? Alright. Fine. This is how you're gonna play. Then this is how it's gonna be, huh? Okay, it's slowed. How long does steadfast last, and how did it get steadfast? That's my question. Because it wasn't able to do anything last turn. It must be a trigger from something. I don't know exactly how the like Mystic faction works. They seem to have a lot of funky trigger-based abilities. And it died from poison. Great. So we didn't need to do a whole lot there. Good stuff. Alright, well, this wasn't a sacrificial one. Well, actually it was, because they're all sacrificial. So, they're dead. It's a real shame. And we're going to come right here, actually, because we do need to do some excavations here to actually give my territory some room. So we're going to excavate out this terrain down here. Orders required. Well, the Revenant is going to go and take the Crawler's Nest, an ancient cavern that heralds from the time of this world's creation, during an era when dragons and giants molded the very lands into physical form. Within these natural sanctuaries, the first creatures found shelter as the world outside violently settled into place. To this day, the cave itself remains a sanctuary for those that are able to find their way to it. These are, of course, the ancient dragons. Not the ones that took over the world and brought down the Godir of old. If you're following my other playthrough in this game, you'll know what I'm talking about. The ancient dragons existed well before the Dragon Lords. Though, all of the Dragon Lords can claim some sort of direct lineage from the ancient dragons. Let's explore the Crawler's Nest. Lair of Silk. The cave is dark and eerily silent as Asha the Revenant approaches. A thin layer of silky webbing covers the entrance. I like this place already. Asha the Revenant, or Asha the, as it says here. No, Asha the Revenant and her party venture further through the maze-like cave system, passing cocoons filled with all types of creatures, whilst searching for the secrets hidden under the cobwebs. Before long, the webbing gets so thick that it is noticeably harder to move. Then Asha hears something in the darkness. While she struggles to move through the sticky web, Asha hears the excited chitter of the cave's many-legged inhabitants. They can sense more prey. Let's set fire to the webbing. No spiderwebs will be present in the battle, but in the upcoming battle, rampant fire is active. Several areas and flammable obstacles are on fire. Enter battle with the Crawler's Nest guards, or we can just fight them normally, where there will be spiderwebs. No, let's set everything on fire. This sounds like Asha the Revenant style, and of course we're going to do a manual combat here. Because it's a wonder, and one that we haven't done before. And besides, the fire should then affect these fire giants a whole lot less, right? So we can absolutely just ignore the fire some of our units, which is always cool. Alright, here come the spiders. Thankfully, I know what their capabilities are, unless they have some special capabilities. I'm assuming not. Let's conjure up a runestone right there. And our Warbreed is going to move in flank. This giant is going to move right up to here and conjure another runestone, aka a roadblock. And Asha the Revenant is going to move up to there. Hunting spiders. Advance in reserve. Now, do we need anything else? I don't think so, to be perfectly fair. I think this is going to be a pretty easy fight, so the only thing we might want to do is, I don't know, we could drop like a devouring void somewhere. Could be fun. They're just going to move through it. Devouring Void is a little bit of a weird spell to use. But what about Crushing Earth? Target enemy unit that is tier 3 or lower has a 60% chance of dying instantly. Well, that's basically everything here. You're tier 3 or lower. Okay, well, took some damage and it's stunned. Good enough. Here they come. They're going to be... they're going to ignore my totem. Smart. But you're attacking my fire giant, who, I don't think he cares. Just the impression that I'm getting. Alright, you are attacking the totem. Good. Wonderful. Leaves you open to Asha the Revenant's flanking attack. Oh, are you gonna nicely line up for us? That would be absolutely delightful. Okay, pretty good. Actually, these totems aren't doing so bad. A respectable amount of damage. So, as for us, we could hit right there, which is going to hit all of them. I can't see. No, I don't think so. Alright, well, there's always Demon Step, so we could Demon Step right there. That'd be good. So let's do that. And then we could basically kill those 2 units, or we can kill these right here. Let's do it this way. Bam, they're dead. And they're... Oh, God. It's so horrible. They never had a chance. Right, we're gonna leap over here. We can jump into the fire. You know what, fuck it, just jump into the fire. Who cares? And just finish them off, I guess. Good stuff. As for what's going on here, we can send in our Warbreed to just kill it. Warbreed do quite a lot of damage, so that's dead now. And our Fire Giant can then advance. And, well, I mean, we could try again with Crushing Earth. Didn't work, but hey, it's stunned again, so that's a good way to just stun lock an enemy, providing you have a ton of mana, which we do. Well, you're now on fire. And fleeing. If you think you can get away from the Revenant, you are woefully mistaken, because you didn't get away from the Revenant. You're dead now. Of course, we're going to finish these spiders off. Not because they're traitors or anything, or because we hate them. You know, it's just... it's a matter of principle. If something runs from us, we feast upon them. Unless they're Mongols. Then we let them run, because it's probably a feigned retreat. And we'll be led into a trap if we chase them down. But I don't see any Mongols here, just spiders, so I think we'll be okay. He's running through us. Not very clever. Not very clever at all. So we're gonna let one of our Fire Giants do the honors here. Well done. They're dead. So that was pretty easy. All these resources are now going to Solaria, which of course we are going to rename. After the spiders are dealt with, Asha can search the cave with ease. She finds several cocoons, most of them are empty, or with their contents decayed. Then one of her companions calls over, "This one's still breathing!" Asha quickly frees the living victim. After a moment of respite, he is able to speak. "Thank the Godir for your arrival. My name is Presto Crystallis of Star Trail. We traveled here to investigate this so-called safe haven, and then, well..." He gestures towards the cocoons. "I owe you my life," Presto Crystallis says. "If you have need of my help in the future, you need only ask." Yeah, sure. Look. You fell to the spiders. The spiders are the natural order of the world, which means you fell to the natural order of the world, which... it's not our job to elevate you from them, or from that. In fact, it would be treasonous of us to not exploit your weakness while you're down. So, of course, we're going to strip him of all of his belongings and imprison him. So, Solaria. We now have a new city. We will, have to give it a good name. Let's see here. We will call it the Salient Fang. You know, it's on a fang-shaped landmass after all. It's perfect. So, let's look and see here. What do we want? We definitely want an Overlord's Tower. That's gonna be pretty clutch. So, we'll get one of those. And... yeah, I mean... cool, huh? Let's just recruit a Vampire Spider Hatchling to act as the city's guard in the meantime. And... ooh, we're definitely gonna need a teleporter here. Absolutely needing a teleporter here. Question is, where do we drop a teleporter? That's a Forester. Let's replace that. We don't need that. And let's do the teleporter first, and let's even hurry the production so that it's just done. We don't need to worry about it. So, what we need is more Imperium. Cascading power is done, so we can pick ourselves a new tome. Well, there's the Astral Mirror. I did kind of like the Astral Mirror. See if there's anything else here that looks interesting. No, you know what? I'm going to take the Astral Mirror. The other one was cool too, so we'll grab this.
The ability to conjure an exact likeness of one's own body.
Astral Revelation. Units in cities.
Is a feat in itself. But additionally infusing these likenesses with reflection magic that sends destructive energy back at one's foes. Sheer genius. Truly. Well,
summon astral reflections of the target-friendly unit onto unoccupied adjacent hexes. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then Astral Revelation, units in cities you control gain 7 vision range. We're going to do that. That sounds really cool. Marvelous. So, let's see here. You are heading up to the teleporter here. Good. And our troops down here. You are a shield maiden. You're being deleted. We don't need you. Go be led by this vampire spider instead. Much more, reasonable. So, the Curse Weaver is going to go towards the Blighted Tree. You will not be able to reach it this turn, but next turn, for sure. And our teleporter is done. So, what we can do is... Actually, let's not do that. Because let's move into the water. Because we're going to need to deal with whatever the dwarves are going to send up to try and liberate Kragmar. We need to have troops at the ready to cut off their reinforcements, otherwise this is going to be not tenable. So, let us construct here some stone walls. We may as well. Outpost here has constructed stone walls. Fine. And we'll construct a watchtower, just cuz. And we found an outpost here, which will allow us to expand and build a teleporter. We could build it right there, but this is going to force us to cross water, so that's not the most efficient place to build a teleporter, so I'm going to wait till we're done with our excavation here. It's only going to take 1 turn. And a hero is leveled up. Who has leveled up? Ah, the Revenant. Delightful. Grim Executioner. When this unit kills another, it gains 3 fortune. Well, that's going to be happening all the time. 3 fortune... Oh no, sorry, this is Olmok the Distant. Whoops, wrong character. We're going to switch Olmok the Distant's gear out a little bit, so I think we're going to give you the Smoldering Axe instead. Or we could give you Bloody Edge. Just to make you... to distinguish you a little bit. Or, I mean, there is the Executioner. The Executioner's cool. Yes, we did execute somebody so that we could take the Executioner. But then again, Godbreaker's a tier 4. And that is pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll have more heroes eventually, I'm sure. Alright, and... respond to heroes' offers to join. Not right now, soon enough. Although, actually, we can afford another one, can't we? We have Filza the Bodyguard, or Hex the Bodyguard. Let's get Filza here. You know, she looks kind of cool. She's got some cool weapons. She's got a lightning sword. Let's actually, let's recruit her. She's free, apparently. That's cool. So we can immediately give her another army, or as soon as they're ready, we can give her another army. We should actually just recruit another army then. So let's send the headhunters into what's your name again? Getting to be a lot of heroes. Alexandria the Believer's army, and we're going to send Alexandria to this teleporter, which is going to send her to the Salient Fang. So there she is, along with the rest of them. Wonderful. Another army ready to go. No governor set for the Salient Fang. Well, let's give that to Filza the Bodyguard. And Filza the Bodyguard, you know what? I like your look anyways. You got the hood. No one else has a hood, so you'll stand out that way. But let's make sure you actually have some good equipment. So, we're going to inspect her. I kind of want to give her the Bloody Edge then, just to stand out. It looks cool. Also, like, hood... Alright, hold on. The dress, maybe not so effective when it comes to, you know, fighting on a battlefield. Armor, much better. It's got some mail, good breastplate. You know, no helmet. The feather cloak looks cool. You know what? I'm happy with this. So, we'll give you a Helm of the Warrior instead of this kettle helmet here. So that's going to give you a little bit of extra stats here. And a Phase Cloak, be able to jump to a target's location, or we could do an Obscuring Mantle. Obscuring Mantle could be good, but I do like teleportation. The hypermobility is really nice. And we can give you Boots of Freedom or Juggernaut Greaves. Let's actually give you Juggernaut Greaves. And what kind of ring? Murder ring, of course. Book of Siegecraft. Grant Siegebreaker to all units. That's kind of cool. Amulet of Vitality for plus 10 max hit points. Sounds good to me. And then Cloud in a Bottle. Pushing units back, or we could get the Spider Hatchling Bell. Sure. Alright, cool. You'll be fighting on foot. Yeah, you look awesome. And we need to get her an army, so let's actually immediately start recruiting an army for her. We can also use Rally of the Lieges, so we could get a Dark Knight. Let's recruit this to the Throne City. We'll also get a Headhunter to our Throne City. We can also get, I think, a Corrupted Soul to our Throne City. Could be fun, so that'll be already 3 units right there, and then we're going to get you some tier 4s. So we'll get you an Overlord Scion, and we will get you a Tyrant Knight. Why not? It'll be 8 turns, then you're going to be ready to go to assist in the upcoming conquests. Let us end our turn. Well, we found a dinky ring of protection. Culinary curiosity. Oh, this ought to be good. Hashmatar Crystallis of Star Trail has a question regarding the Unbeheld's cuisine. Look, buddy, you don't want to know. We have heard stories about the delicacies made by the Unbeheld. Delightful appetizers, roasts worthy of a song, desserts to die for, literally in many cases. Meanwhile, I sit here eating dry bread and raw meat because my cooks do not know how to make a decent meal. This cannot go on. The Jadur Shadal must be educated in the culinary arts. I ask you to kindly lend me your cooks to teach my people how to make a proper meal. We could poison the people of Star Trail. I mean, we could make a trade. That'd be a good amount of production for the Spinner's Nest, to be fair. That would also block growth in the Spinner's Nest. We don't want to do that. So, yeah, let's use this as a opportunity to poison the people of Star Trail. Wonderful. So, they've been poisoned. Delightful. We have fed them poisoned meat, and they're not going to question where this meat came from. Just gonna... Nothing to be concerned about. Absolutely nothing to be concerned about. Alright, you are holding here. Okay, how are our forces doing? We need to immediately come down here. I think what's actually probably the better option is if we... Ah, crap, they're already there. Okay. Then we need to do it like so. So otherwise this is going to be a rough battle, to say the least. This should be okay. Move all of our forces to one side here. I don't know if we're going to be able to avoid them entirely. Let's hope we can. You're going to get to this teleporter, and our black dragon, or our bone dragon here, is actually going to move through the teleport. No, don't move through the teleporter, because I want to actually do some unit consolidation, because you just have a spider army, basically, right? Yeah, you do. So, what we can do is move you out, and then I think I want to move this Watcher out of this army. And what we can do then is put the Watcher into the Bone Dragon's army. And we'll just have this... Have Olmok the... this isn't Olmok, this is Einbis Unfound's army be an entire Spider Legion, which will be cool. This wolf here is being converted into food, and we are going to move through the teleporter to... I think it's also time to go to the Salient Fang. It's time to get Olmok the Distant in on the action. So you're going to head over this way, and Yeah, next turn we should be able to deal with that. And we are going to go and investigate the Blighted Tree. Scripture describes how the first elves visited all worlds to seed them with life. This magnificent tree stands as a testament to that age. It is said that souls of the first ones still reside within it, sometimes manifesting themselves as the entwined, eternally bound to protect its growth. Yeah, but, I mean, is Marika the Eternal in there? There's gotta be. I mean, look at this thing. That looks like it has a Marika the Eternal in it. So, we're going to explore this someday. It's already been claimed, huh? This army, this can be fought by an army led by one hero. Right. That is what we have. So, what's the deal? Is it already in our domain? It is not. So, why the hell can we not take it? I think we can, actually. It's already been cleansed. That is kind of what I'm assuming. Well, then let's head back. And we'll send her to go and join the counterattack, because this is, you know, it's a decently sized dwarven army. We're going to want to deal with them as we can. Yeah. Marvelous. Astral revelation has been completed. Next up. Let's shuffle here. I don't want any of these. Summon, Mirror, Mimic, or Ravenous Mark. We are rather ravenous. Enchanted animal, giant, demi-giants, fiends, and undead get 100% chance to gain 1 hunger stack whenever a unit dies. Hunger stacks grant physical damage and lifesteal. Ooh. And single melee. Repeating melee attacks. That applies per attack, and then single melee attacks just give a +2. Awesome. That's kind of cool. We're going to want to do that. So, the Revenant. The Revenant is going to take to the seas. Alright, they're coming. Where'd they go, actually? They're not here. Interesting. Then we're going to sail around. Right. You're gonna go that way. I don't know where they went. We're gonna sail around, and I think we're gonna head to Starforge, perhaps? Strike both of their cities at once? Sounds fun to me. We'll mock the distant, get into the water. And, what's your name again? Alexandria the Believer. You're going to go and join the Revenant. Alright. Well, our troops here are going to drop into this teleporter once we fix up our armies. So you're gonna go there, and you're gonna go here. And then you, through this teleporter, I think this should work if we can just drop out right here. Yeah. Okay, cool. All of our troops are ready to go. Same thing. You head to the Salient Fang. It's actually just quicker to do it this way in this case. Wonderful. Our armies stand ready. The Oracle will take to the high seas. And I guess we can move even farther? I don't know why we couldn't. Okay, now we can move further here with this unit too. That was kind of weird. Not sure what happened there. But we just, like, couldn't move any farther, and then all of a sudden we could. Well, ending our turn. They sally out to face us in the open field of battle. Wonderful. They will all die. They will all be feasted upon. It will be a glorious feast. Glorious carnage. Truly delightful. Well, there's no sense in facing their entire force all at once, so we are going to use our usual when outnumbered or when facing enemies of similar numbers strategy of taking an oblique front. We basically have all of our watchers on one front right here, interestingly enough. So these watchers are just going to do a big old bombardment of the enemy just as soon as we can. We don't want to get too far ahead though, because that'll be dangerous. Now, we could also drop in a totem to summon units. That might not be a terrible idea. Or I could attempt to drop webs down on them over there. Webs will hit 3 units, but will immobilize some of them. Excellent. One of their units is immobilized, another one has been slowed. It seemed they're all clumping up, which is very nice of them. Alright, they threw hammers at us. Interesting. We've got dwarves with crossbows. They're going to actually hurt quite a lot. It's a high damaging unit, to be sure. So that's a priority unit to kill those crossbowmen. Right. I think we can probably do that with our bombardments. So we'll begin with the Psychic Gaze on that crossbow unit. They're only marked, so they were not stunned. So let's drop another Psychic Gaze on them. Now they're stunned, so I don't think we need to worry about them, which means we can drop a Psychic Gaze on this unit. They're stunned, which means we don't need to worry about them. We can drop a Psychic Gaze on the fairies here, who are also stunned, which means we don't need to worry about them, and the Psychic Gaze on these crossbowmen here, who are stunned as well. Holy crap. Watchers, man. Watchers are gnarly. Alright, let's... You know what? I'm just gonna have my Astral Serpent come in here and eat these guys. And our witches are going to call a familiar. Alright, so some spiders. Nice. They can't act this turn, but they can turn. So they will. And our Tyrant Knights are going to pull up this way. Moloch Shadowbiter is actually going to summon another spider to act as a distraction. And our Shadow Knights will move here, because of course Moloch can strike from a distance, so we don't need to worry too much about that. And let's actually have our Dread Spider Matriarch do the same thing. And we've got some beards here that are going to similarly distract the enemy, and I see no reason why we shouldn't attempt another web on some of these units. Let's hit these 3. Nice. 2 of them immobilized, 1 slowed. I may lose this Astral Serpent, but it seems for now that they're doing okay. How much damage do these 2 crossbows do? Not much, especially since they're as damaged as they are. Alright, they're approaching, but they are approaching my distraction line, which is excellent. So we don't need to worry too much. And I think I can actually use my distraction line. Well, we have Moloch here. Moloch can dish out quite a lot of damage. Or we have him summon again. I think I'm going to have him summon again. We're going to conjure up a Hell Pig. Hell Pig is going to launch this attack here. Meanwhile, our birds are going to go and distract that unit. Promptly almost die, but that's fine. And our hatchlings are going to attack there. Meanwhile, we could throw webs at these. I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather just launch a direct attack on this unit. That's a quite well-defended unit over there. Okay, we're going to move these hatchlings to go up that way. And what is our next course of action here? We could do an Accursed Link. We don't need to do that. It's just forces a target to take damage for the witch, which we don't really need to worry about. I kind of want to get rid of these fairies here, so we're going to have one of our watchers do a magical bombardment that didn't quite do as effective as I would have hoped. Alright, we're going to take out these crossbows with that, as we can. This watcher here, what can you attack? Nothing at the moment. But if we go here, we can attack this golem, and we'll actually do quite a bit of damage to the golem, so I think the rest of our watchers are just going to need to focus on that. You, can you hit it? You cannot. So, pull up to here, hit the golem. Nice, good damage. Very good damage. Our Black Knight can come in and charge. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Solid damage. And we could have our other Tyrant, or our Tyrant Knights here, just straight up kill these fairies. That sounds good. They're gone. Hunting Spider Matriarch, attack them there. Or do I just web them and go? Perhaps I just attack them. They're blinded. Excellent. Then our witch can come up behind here. and launch some attacks against that target. They're jinxed. Fantastic. And our Dark Knight is going to finish them off. That's another unit down. And our Dread Spider Matriarch here, or a Vampire Spider Matriarch, I should say, could throw some webs. No, let's not. I could engage. I think I will. Because right now we don't need to worry as much about the oblique front. Especially since I'm just going to web these guys again, just to keep them where they are. Nice, 2 more immobilized, another one's slowed. They're just not moving. This is basically the only thing that is of concern right now. We'll see what kind of damage these golems can do. Okay. That's even with Cavalry Slayer, it didn't actually do all that much. Alright, my sacrificial crows have been sacrificed. Truly a tragedy. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this Astral Serpent, but that's fine. I plan on phasing them out of my armies anyways. They're not... The Astral Serpents aren't nearly as good as the Watchers. Especially when you have a plethora of more potent melee units at your disposal. Alright. Ooh, what have we here? Spearmen, huh? They're skeletons. No, copper golems. Okay, they're quite small. They look like skeletons for a second. But they were not. Alright, Dark Knights are going to come in with a flanking charge on these copper golems. And I think I'm going to have my Hunting Spider finish them off. Good. Just going to free up my Tyrant Knights. And my Tyrant Knights can come in here and kill them. Nice. They're dead. And my Watchers here, because the Watchers dish out quite a lot of damage to these units, I'm just going to focus them down. How much does that do? Also a good amount. 49. That was a critical hit. Hit it again. And it's dead. Wow. Alright. Well, then you can just kill them. And you can fly up to here and do nothing, because they're not close enough. Dread Spider Hatchlings. Engage. Not the best engagement, but hey, it doesn't matter. How are we doing here? You are going to attack them. Decent damage. The Gortusk Matriarch is going to attack these Iron Golems, and I think the Vampire Spider Hatchlings are going to finish them off. Wonderful. One Iron Golem down. And the Witches are going to pull up behind and assist in the attacking there. Moloch Shadowbiter. Can you finish off one of these units? Not quite. Fortunately. What if we move here? Because that should get us a flank. That'll kill it. Excellent. They're dead. Don't claim victory just yet. And we can move right back here and shoot them. Oh, man. Unfortunately, these guys are probably going to get away. But that one certainly isn't. Let's send the Gortusk to... No, Gortusk won't do it, huh? Then it's going to have to be you. Alright, he's dead. Holy crap, you've got range. And you can already shoot again. Wow, he's awesome. Alright. Can't drop a web here to try and immobilize them. Nice, one of them at least isn't going to get away. So, we will converge upon the enemy. But unfortunately, I think a lot of them are going to escape. No sense in moving up anything else, so... We'll kill what we can here. The 2 of those units are going to be escaping the battlefield. Not you, though. You're pretty screwed, if I do say so myself. Solid damage. Oh, no. No, he's dead. Dark Knights in for the kill. So, the enemy forces that sallied out have died. Unfortunately, they took one of the Astral Serpents with them, but that's okay. Now there are a whole lot less enemies defending this territory, which should go quite well for us. And this Witch here is going to join up with the Watcher, so just so that we have the 6 stacked armies. Once again. That'll happen during my turn. which is going to come up quite soon. But, yeah, from the looks of it, they still have quite a few forces here available to us. I wonder why they didn't commit more of their forces. Perhaps this was just a probing run. We don't really know. In either case, they're not going to make that same mistake again, in all likelihood. That did not go very well for them. The independents move, and then it should be us. Indeed. So let's put our witch into the army here with the 5 Watchers. And Ravenous Mark has been completed. We will then proceed onwards to... I guess we'll just get Trollhide. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it, but we still have 9 more turns for Astral Imbuement. Or Astral Attunement, whatever it was called. Our fleet sails the Great Black Fleet. Wonderful. Now, what is happening here? Let's just move straight towards their coastline. We don't need any more forces, because what we have there can handle what they have, I think. The rest of our fleet, however, will advance towards their shores, and I think we're going to make a push towards Keystone. This is going to break up any sort of reinforcements they might have. Spinner's Embrace has completed its Overlord's Tower. What will we construct next? I don't think we need another Beacon of Unity. We need 3 beacons, and we've already got 3 in the works, so perhaps a Black Palace. This outpost has produced stone walls. Very good. Let's just construct a watchtower there, just so that it can see a lot. And this outpost will gain stone walls. And who leveled up? Moloch Shadowbiter. Well, there's not much more ranged combat stuff that we can give him. So I was giving him stuff like strength training, which is going to make his army deal more damage. Which is always good. And Mal-Isa can also advance a little bit more. Wonderful. We've received a message from Torbeld Dragonkiller. This war of ours is tiresome, Synarix. I wonder if it would be better to end it. Yes, I think so too. Though not in the way you would like it to end, no doubt. Our forces stand ready to lay waste to Kragmar. But first, we will soften them up with a magical bombardment. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cast any more spells. However, the ones we have will hopefully be enough. So, let us start with... Well, we have a Ritual of Insomnia here. I think I want to cast that on the Golem army. So that should stun them for the first 2 turns of battle. Earth Shatter on all of these enemy units will deal damage to the entire enemy force. So, that'll be good. In addition, unfortunately, that seems to be it. Unless we can cast Prelude of Doom, we can. This doesn't actually cost Overland map magic points, so I'm going to cast Prelude of Doom on literally everything, because, well, this is sort of a Prelude of Doom. Because the Doom is right there. It's coming. Hold on. I can't cast it anymore, huh? But now it does cost 60. Whoa. What's up with my Astral Attunement here? No, keep that going. Keep that going. Alright. So, we can only cast that once. Perhaps we can cast that once free. But, in any case, the Sacral Infestation has produced its stone walls. So, we will now... Because we are going to have to defend the Sacral Infestation. I think it's probably good if we build some Ballista Towers. And get some Caltrops. And get some Catapults. Then we should be able to defend that pretty easily. Now, next up, we have Duskwatch, which has gained a population. Alright. So Duskwatch basically spread its influence all across this island here. I may as well take the whole island just so that it, looks good. So I will do that, and that is a spider. That is a hunting spider matriarch, no less. Alright, you're gonna go and join up with the rest of the forces back there. And Einbiss and all you chaps are gonna go and help with the raiding parties down below. So, all of our forces have already advanced. Here we are now in the territory of Keystone. Keystone will fall shortly, but first, Kragmar will die. Moloch Shadowbiter leads this attack. The enemy has no heroes of their own, which means they won't be able to use magic, probably. I think there's ways that you can use magic without having heroes present, but we'll see if that's actually possible. In either case, the enemy has suffered some damage on their walls. However, their siege weapons seem to still be intact. No, they mysteriously died of sudden ballista failure. I don't know why they died. I do know. We made them die. We're just pretending like we had nothing to do with it. But for now, the enemy is going to amass and do its thing. It's a very cool looking settlement, by the way. I like this a lot. It's got some nice open terrain. The walls look really cool. Okay, they're gonna start shooting at us already. Makes sense. These are the actually quite dangerous crossbow units. All of our... Oh man, look at them. The shadow demons. Okay, their troops advance now. And this is going to be kind of a rough battle, I think. We may lose some troops. Those crossbows hit quite hard, especially if they're going to be firing from these battlements up here, or loosing. Firing is a term specifically for, you know, firearms, which they don't have. Yeah, indeed. So the siege weapons are destroyed. Unfortunately, they are out of range of my watchers. This one isn't, though, so we're going to land that right there. Psychic Gaze, very good. The witches are going to summon some crows. Grimbeak crows. Unfortunately, the Grimbeak crows cannot act this turn. It's not a very good summon spell, but hey, it's fodder. Do I land this again? I think I do. We just need to take them out, right? And you're not going to be able to land that, so we need to actually advance these, and I do want to take out the crossbows. Unfortunately, the crossbows are all the way back up there. Oh man, if we move through here, we're going to take damage from the caltrops, so I'm going to advance up just a little. Moloch Shadowbiter can start shooting immediately. He can just straight up just kill these scouts. One hit. Wow. But because there's a whole lot of units approaching, I am going to actually use the Spider Flute. Especially since the Spider Flute is going to be able to immobilize, or at least slow down 2 of those enemy units, which is always good. Where are our Grimbeak Crows? So they're going to go and fly up here. And our Tyrant Knights are going to advance. Tad. Our Vampire Spider Matriarch is going to summon Vampire Spider Hatchlings, and I think these Vampire Spider Hatchlings are just going to immediately engage and tear down some parts of the enemy wall. And our Dark Knights here can already begin the attack, so we can dish out quite a bit of damage right there. Hell, our Tyrant Knights can just finish them off, I suppose. Like, but if I go there, I'll be flanked. You know what? I'm gonna get in a little bit of damage there. It wasn't much, unfortunately. And our Tyrant Knights here are just gonna hold position because they're gonna be able to do webs. Are they gonna do webs? They're not, because we're going to attack from here. So let's pick these scouts off with our Hunting Spider Matriarch. And tell you what, I'm just gonna advance. Let's get on these walls. We'll take the walls down as soon as we can. Or as quickly as we can, I should say. Nothing more to be done here with our Watchers, so the Watchers that couldn't immediately participate, we need to get them in the action. So let's have them start shooting some magical bolts at the Golden Golem. You can advance. Not going to be in range, huh? Alright. What about here? Yeah, hit those crossbows. That'll be good. 2 damage there. Now, the Living Fog can advance up to here. What does Mind Strike do? All kinds of horrifying things. But let's... Oh, this is just their attack. They only have this. This is all they can do. Alright, so we've inflicted insanity onto them. Our Corrupt Souls will advance. This is a bad place to be, I will say, for the enemy. That is a lot of Living Fog. And Corrupted Souls. They're not gonna have a very good time here. Alright, what else do I want to drop? I'm sure there's things we can do here. We could do an explosive manifestation. Explosive manifestation has been pretty awesome. You know, just summons in an astral creature. That's gonna hit 3 enemy units and also distract all of them. So let's do that. Let's just bring in a flow serpent. It seems to always be a flow serpent. That's fine. Flow serpents are pretty cool. So let's, yeah, deal damage to these crossbows so that we can also distract them. And here we can attack. Cannot reach target. Oh, we can just damage the walls, huh? All right. Well, let's do that then. Break these walls down. Anything more to be done? Not really. Let's end our turn. Let's see how the enemy responds to my aggression. Alright, they're suffering some morale penalties. Okay, they're probably going to kill my flow serpent, but that's fine. That's why I brought it there. So that they're not attacking my living fog. Alright, so they've given the gold golem bolstered defense. Ooh, they're nicely clumping up, though. That really didn't do much damage to my hunting spider matriarch, so that's cool. What have we here? Okay, they are shooting at my actually important troops. Okay, so the living fog, they can take a bit of damage, to be sure. Okay, they're shooting at my watchers down there, and here they have engaged against my tyrant knights, which, yeah, they did all right. And these gargoyles are going to engage in melee against my living fog. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I had a graphics driver crash, so we need to redo a couple of things. So the thing that I just did was deliver an explosive manifestation right here. Bam! Alright, and this has brought us some astral siphoners. Indeed, we can summon more than just flow serpents. So we're going to eat some of those guys. The, what are these again? Scalds. Interesting. Okay. Heat of the Revel. Alright, so they can inflict insanity. Alright. Well, if they inflict insanity on us there, that's going to do absolutely nothing. So, what do we want to pick off here? Because we've got some options. Definitely. Ooh, look at this. We can do the Dark Surge right here, which is just going to kill these gargoyles and deal some damage to the unit behind them. So, let's do that. Dark Surge is awesome. Very good. The Vampire Spider Halflings can then move in to engage there, or we can say, I don't know, let's drop a web right here. Hit these two with the Tyrant Knight. Good, they're both immobilized. Fantastic. Then I'm going to send my Vampire Spider Hatchlings in here, which is going to deliver a solid attack, and our Grimbeak Crows can come up here and attack them. No, they cannot. Hold on. We can do more web action. They're both immobilized, so I can immobilize these, and also kill the boars, which is good, so they're dead. And these Tyrant Knights can go and deliver a massive rear charge against that unit. Did they just attack me? Like, I had a flank there going. I don't know if they did. I didn't really see if they did or didn't, so couldn't tell you. So, crossbow here. What about against them? Shoot crossbow against them? That's okay. But I think I'd rather move first. We move. Let's move to here. And then we can teleport. So let's teleport right there. Because with that, we can actually kill off some of these enemy units. So I can kill that one right now. They're dead. Good. And that's going to allow me to shoot again, which is going to deal massive damage here with the ricocheting bolt. Holy crap. Moloch. The Ice Spider, nowhere for him to go. So they're going to stay there. And the Grimbeak Crows are going to engage against this enemy now that we have some space to do so. And the Vampire Spider Matriarch is going to advance, but otherwise do nothing else. And now our Watchers. Our Watchers have some options. We can take out this Iron Golem. That is Iron Golems, right? Yeah. So it's not going to kill it in one hit, but it'll be very close. And I think with our Witches, should be able to then kill it. So let's at least make sure that this unit is out of the way. So we'll do that. Witch Bolt will finish it off. So that leaves the Golden Golem, which I definitely want to Psychic Gaze in the hopes that we might be able to stun it. I doubt it. But hey, it's going to do a little bit of damage, even though it's kind of juiced up. Its defenses are kind of juiced up. All right, I'm going to move this one up here, and they're just going to deliver some magic bolts against this unit, because I don't want to lose too much more of my firepower. The Grimbeak Crows are going to advance just a screen there, and this Watcher is going to use Psychic Gaze on these crossbows to finish them off. Now they're dead. All right, as for the Living Fog, you're going to kill those gargoyles, and they're going to be broken. Their morale is gone. And the Corrupted Soul, just kill it. Or you can get all the way up there. Hold on, let's wait and see what our other units can do here. So we're gonna have our Shadow, Living Shadow attack right there. We have our Flow Serpent, which can attack their back line. Excellent, because they didn't actually deal with this unit. So then this Living Shadow can engage here, perhaps? Yeah, why not? Just finish that unit off. And this one will continue engaging right here. Oh no, that was the Corrupted Souls. Okay then. And can our Living Shadow get up there? Absolutely. We're gonna head right on up here and just engage them right there. And our Corrupted Souls here are going to finish this unit off. Wonderful. So their morale should be in a pretty abysmal state at the moment. Yeah, they're like on the verge. No, some of their units are already running, so that's pretty good. I think everything's running, barring maybe a few. Yeah, the golem, of course. Nice. So our Living Shadow / Corrupted Soul flank did a number on them. Pretty cool to see how effective that was. Okay, they are managing to deliver some good smackdown onto my Tyrant Knights. But let's make sure none of them get away. We don't want any of that business. So let's send our Corrupted Souls after these guys. They're dead. Now, oh man, I should have actually used the instant kill potential ability right there. That was a mistake. Oh well. We'll send one of our Winged Shadows over that way. Living Shadows, I should say. And the Flow Serpent can go and pick this guy off. So, they're dead. And the Living Fog here, what kind of damage can you do? A lot, as it turns out. You can dish out a little bit of damage there. This Living Fog can finish that unit off, so they're completely out. And this Living Fog is going to come in and also gang up on that unit. What a horrible way to go. Alright, as for here, okay. Must have been slowed or something, because can't really do anything else. What kind of damage can we do here? 65% chance of hitting? Let's actually just use the Psychic Gaze in that case. That'll stun him, so he's not going anywhere. And our Witch here can just deal a bit of damage. Nice, not bad. Solid damage. As for here, we need to take out this Golem. Drop Psychic Gaze. Good. Very good. I can get the Grimbeak Crows to come in and finish it off. Nice. The Golem is down. And of course, we are going to feast on the remaining enemy units, because we will allow nothing to escape. So everything is now fleeing. Send in the spiders there. Pick off the scout. Every unit that we kill is more resources for us, so it's always good. You're gonna go this way and pick off these scalds. It's a tier 3 unit anyways, so the more of those that die, the better. And our Dark Knights are going to get in a long charge here, which is going to deal a crap ton of damage against those, whatever they are. Tyrant Knight, are you gonna do your thing here? Let's see here. Could drop a web. Let's drop this web right here, just to immobilize them further. And our Grimbeak Crows can come in, or do I send in something else? Let's actually send in the Vampire Spider Matriarch. And this Tyrant Knight, unfortunately, can't finish them. Ice Spider will, though. Alright, cool. So they're dead. This leaves our Crows. Good. Hunting Spider Matriarch. Unfortunately, I'm out of jump, so... But Moloch Shadowbiter might be able to do this. Perhaps not, though. Unfortunate. Well, still going to do quite a lot of damage. That will actually trigger a ricochet that'll kill that unit all the way over there. So let's do that. God. This will allow him to shoot again. I could use the Wand of Poison Darts. It's only 25% chance of hitting, though, whereas this auto hits. So we're going to do that. I guess I don't need the Wand of Poison Darts in my list anymore. Hunting Spider here is actually just going to finish this unit off, because that one's trying to flee. And what do we have here? Kill them. Very good. They're dead. And I think that's our turn. They don't have much left. They're fighting. Interesting. So perhaps when they're surrounded, they fight to the death. That would make sense. They're just fleeing. Yeah. Looks like these guys are still capable of fighting even when they're broken. You know, it makes sense. They do seem to be fighting at reduced capacity because they're really not doing much damage. All right, well. That unit's dead. How are we looking here? Just you? Wonderful. And then, we got another unit right there, but let's have our Dark Knights charge in from behind and finish these jerks off. So many dead dwarves. They're dying in droves. And our Vampire Spider Hatchlings will finish them off. And I think that's it, is it? No, it's not quite it. Where's their last unit? There's two here still. Alright. Well, let's get our Shadow Demons in. And I think what we can do here is actually use the Crushing Anguish to straight up kill this unit. 88% chance of instant death. Nice. They died from despair. And here our Living Shadows are going to go feast on that final crossbowman. They're all dead. The battle is over. We suffered no real casualties, and Kragmar will be ours. There's one remaining army, but I don't think it's going to stand against us, so we're just going to auto-resolve this. And this is ours now. And what are we going to do? Let's actually... Yeah, we've won. Thanks. We knew. What do we want to do with Kragmar? That's the question. I can't absorb it. We're already over our city limit. Besides, we have a vassal city here. And this vassal city is going to want to expand, as is the salient Fang. So, do we need Kragmar? I don't think so, because if we take another one, we can take Keystone. So we're going to raise it. Are we already raising it? Requires an army. I've got a whole lot of armies. What's going on here? There we go. Alright, so we're going to raise Kragmar to the ground. It will be just a smoldering ruin by the time we're done with it. And our forces will continue to advance. Everything else seems to be looking good. Let's quickly level up our heroes before we end the session. So, yeah, Moloch Shadowbiter has gained 2 levels. What are we going to give him? Let's actually give him mass rejuvenation. Give him a little bit of extra utility. And then it's just going to be leadership skills for him. So let's give him defensive training so that our army's a bit tougher. And we will give him precision training so that our army has better critical chance and better accuracy. Wonderful. And that, my friends, is going to be all for today. We have had a first crushing victory against Kragmar. We have seized Solaria and renamed it into the Salient Fang. All goes well in the realm. Our victory is all but inevitable. Leave this video a like if you have enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you in the next one, which may or may not be the finale, depending on how things go. If I think I can feasibly finish it in one episode, I'll probably just do a long episode to act as the final one. But we'll see. It might still take 2 episodes. It probably will. Let's be real here. So yeah, stay tuned for those. There will be slightly less uploads in the next week due to the fact that I have a dear friend over, and I will be spending some time with her instead. So I won't have too much time to be doing any recording. I'm going to try and get as many recordings done as I can beforehand, but no promises. There may be some days in between where there are no uploads, and my apologies for that. All right, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. Ash Heriter out.